Cicin Damang.
Alhamdulillah. Siapa ini? Oh, Brenda.
Pak Dadan Damang, Pak Dadan.
Alhamdulillah, ini panik dengan Zoom-nya Bu nih. Kita pertama kali nih telat nih.
Iya, mohon maaf.
Kang Anang, we cannot see anything on the screen. Yeah.
Cik punya ini nggak Cik? The phone.
Is it working?
No.
Not yet?
Not
Wait.
yet.
We see your files.
Oh, wait. Is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
This will be my greatest moment as I have a chance to stay here in the same room with great teachers from many places in Indonesia. And this will be also my greatest moment because there will be a special guest from Genially class, and also, wow, this is the first time I saw you again. So many friends, teachers from many places. That's about 20 years ago I met in campus. Well, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Anang. I will be the host of this webinar today. Well, and I should also introduce the main speaker for this webinar. Here we have Florina and Agnieszka, and of course, the founder of Kreatif Kelas Kreatif, Pak Dadan. Nice to see you. Bu Cicin, Gema A, Setiawan, and yes. Well, that is the introduction. Teaching is inspiring. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are some common question long time ago, maybe 5 or 10 years ago, not a long time ago. When teachers meet other teachers, they ask, what what are you going to teach now? But today is different. Common question come from teachers. What application are you going to use today? Well, to open this meeting, please welcome Pak Dadan. Pak Dadan, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Pak Anang, for the brief introduction about our event today and the importance of the use of technology. Please allow me to share my screen to introduce about Komunitas Pendidik Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. So, what can you see on the screen, Kang Anang?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, right.
Okay. So, good afternoon, Bapak Ibu. It's nice to see you. So, I'm the one who greet you maybe this morning and last night, put you all of you in the WhatsApp group. So, because we are going to have further discussion and how to use Genially in our teaching. So, I'm from Kelas Kreatif Indonesia, and I'm going to introduce the community to all of the participants today. So for those who are just joining, this is maybe something new, but for those who already participated in our events for many times, you already know what I'm going to discuss today. Okay, so Komunitas Pendidik Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. So this is a personal learning community where the members are teachers, lecturers, and those who are interested in education. And it was built in 2008 with the name of Education Development Project. In 2018, changed into Kelas Kreatif, and in 2020 becoming Komunitas Pendidik Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. So the main aim or the vision of the community is for the educators all over Indonesia to share, discuss, learn together, and becoming a lifelong learner. So that's why our main platform is actually WhatsApp group. We have team management to support the events. So far we have so many events in Kelas Kreatif every 2 weeks. And then luckily we have 10 distinguished educators who will facilitate or support the organization of the events. We have Ibu Isri from IKIP Siliwangi, we have Ibu Ati from Pakuan Bogor, Pak Asep, Pak Tris, Bu Nisa, me, myself, Pak Belvin from Surabaya, Ibu Pipit, Ibu Tintin, and Ibu Shirley. So the divisions of the Kelas Kreatif or the activities in Kelas Kreatif divided into several activities. The first one is writing. So we publish, I believe, more than 15 books up to today, and then it's coming from like collaborative writing, team writing, and solo writing. And if you are interested to write, you can discuss later with me in the group. And then we have public speaking as well. Last Saturday we have Going English in Style. So those who want to speak English fluently, you might be joining at that webinar, and we have a series of webinar every 2 weeks. We also have several professional development workshops or webinars. We have partnership with other institutions. Last time I think with Telkom University, and then we also collaborating with DigiPro, with ISEI, with Ninjani, with MGMP, with TBI, and other organizations. And then we have activities for children as well. So we have activities for children as well. The children of the educators in Kelas Kreatif. We have postcard from the world. That's a holiday program. And then we have Teknik Artis Dunia, it's drawing webinar. And then we have another webinar or activities as well, including writing. And then we have English webinar.
Excuse me, Pak Dadan.
Yeah, excuse me, Pak Dadan.
Your slide is not moving, sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
it's
slide
like
is not moving.
the first.
Yeah.
I think it's...
Yeah. I think you have to present, Pak Dadan.
Yes. So sorry, I will stop share and I'm going to go to my current class.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me check it here. Is it this one now? Is it moving?
Yes.
Yes, I'm
Yes,
so sorry,
Pak.
everyone. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. So thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
I will not repeat everything. So basically, I'm just explaining on the events that we already have in the past. We have membuat media ajar visual. We have webinar in English. We have activities for children, and we have a partnership with other organizations. I'm going to go to the last part of my presentation, and what we're gonna have for the upcoming events in Kelas Kreatif. So Bapak Ibu in Kelas Kreatif later, I think in late October or early November, we are going to have pelatihan micro writing. So if you are interested to write a book or working with other educators to write a book, you can participate. And then Kelas Kreatif will helping publish your book, especially in the ISBN, yeah. And then we are in the process of publish another book, Guruku Inspirasiku, Ini Cita-Citaku, Critical Thinking in ELT, and English Club, English Club and Micro Writing one. And of course, we are going to have a competition for everyone. If you are interested to speak, we have public speaking challenge competition. So that's the brief introduction about Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Pak Anang, and hopefully we can learn together, not only for today, but also for the upcoming 4 days, because we are going to have further discussion in the WhatsApp group. Thank you, Kang Anang.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Dadan. Very clear. So many activities can run by the so many activities run, and we are waiting for that. Well, I would like to greet Florina. Are you in? Florina?
I think we start with Agnieszka first.
Okay, Agnes.
Yeah.
Hello, Agnes.
Hello, I'm here.
All
Hello,
right.
everybody.
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks a lot for inviting me to this event. I'm really honored to be with you. And at the moment, it's 8:25 a.m. in Poland.
Wow.
It's a big time difference, but
Still
it's
early.
great that internet gives us opportunity to speak, to collaborate.
Okay, Agnes. Time is yours. Come on.
Okay, so I have 25 minutes, so I share my screen immediately. Hello, everybody. And just give me a second. And I share my presentation with you. I have a technical problem, but I'll solve it. Just a second. Okay, I'm here. I'm afraid I have to come back again. So sorry.
That's fine. Take your time.
Something happened. Just give me a second. Okay, and now. Just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, it works.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so I start. I'll talk today about gamification in Genially, but at first let me introduce myself. My name is Agnieszka Hekicka. I'm a school library teacher in Poland, but I also train teachers in using ICT, using technology. I'm also admin of Genially Oficjalna Polska Grupa, a Polish group about Genially on Facebook. And I'm Genially Ambassador and owner of EduTricky brand. It's an educational brand. And if you want to get in touch with me and ask me some questions, maybe later, then just look for EduTricky on Facebook and you can ask me as many questions as you want. At the beginning, I just wanted to say how community is important. Maybe you heard about our Polish community, I don't know. At the moment, on Facebook, we have almost 21,000 members. So I think it's quite a huge community. Poland is not it's not a big country. And I'd like to start with this quote: "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." It's a quote by Helen Keller. And I hope that we, Polish community and Indonesian community, can collaborate and can learn from each other. I would like to share with you this presentation so you can have access to everything, to all links and presentations I'd like to show you today. You have it, I hope that you have it on chat. And if you want to join our community to see what Polish teachers post, what they create, just click here. It's a Genially presentation, so it's interactive. If you click here on these people, you can get into, you can go into our Facebook group. But remember, if you want to join us, just answer questions. We have questions for people who want to join our group. In this community, we share a lot, and we had an idea. Maybe it's a good idea for you. I don't know how you share your resources. We use something like something that's called Wakelet, Wakelet app. And if you click here in this presentation on Genialne lekcje, it's like genius lessons or Genially lessons. You will go to the big collection. So I just click here and you can see it. We gathered our creations in one collection. It's a one Wakelet profile, and we created sections, or we segregated it by topics, by subject, by school subjects. So you have library, you have biology, chemistry, early education materials, and so on. So you have a lot of subjects, and if you click something, then you can go here and see a lot of sections. For example, mathematics. And if I click here, I have materials, I have Genially creations. Here, 148 materials, interactive materials created in Genially. In this whole collection, in this whole Wakelet profile, we have over 3,000 materials. Everything created by teachers and for teachers. So maybe it's a nice idea to go here and to see what we have. I know that it's in Polish, but you can see some functionalities, you can see how it works, and it can be a nice inspiration for you. I hope so. Let's go further. What I love in Genially. I wanted to gather the most important things. Why Genially is my favorite app? Why Genially is my favorite ICT tool? Genially unlocks creativity because with tools that Genially provides, with functionalities in Genially, you can do a lot, and you can if you have some ideas, you can do this in Genially. So if you have ideas for materials, ideas for games, I'm sure that you can do it in Genially. Genially gives you freedom in creating because you have templates. But you also can start with a blank creation and do what you want. And that's really cool. Genially has great integrations with other tools. For example, learning apps. I don't know if you use learning apps or WordWall or a lot of other apps. You can embed it into Genially, and they are interactive inside Genially, and I love it. Genially is great for beginners and advanced users. You can use just basic features of Genially if you want, and you can create very effective works, very effective and good looking, and works with wow effect. But if you want to do something more, if you want to create professional games, more professional, if you want to do something and sell the games, you can also do something more advanced. If basic features are not enough for you, you can get extra functionalities thanks to Escape and Sandbox, for example. But it's really for advanced users. In my presentation, you have these interactive elements, and if you click here, you can go to Escape and learn more. But please, not when you just started with Genially. It's for advanced users because it's a little bit complicated, but you have this possibility to extend functionalities of Genially, and you have Sandbox. Just click here and go and check what they offer. Now I like to talk to you about gamification in Genially, and for me, there are some crucial functionalities for games, and I like to show them to you. First of all, it's interactivity, and especially one kind of interactivity. There are 4 kinds of interactivity in Genially, and they are all awesome. But the best one for games, I think it's go to page interactivity, and I will show you how it works. And it's very important in quizzes and escape rooms. Not only in quizzes and escape rooms, but here is really crucial. The second one is draggable elements that can be dragged. We can get it and move it on our screen. And for example, you can drag pieces in a game or different objects. And of course, for advanced users, you have these Escape and Sandbox extensions. Excuse me, is there a question? Maybe? Okay, so let's go to Genially. Now I'm logged into my Genially account. When I log in, I can see something like this, all my creations. And when I want to start creating, I click here, Create Genially, and listen carefully. If you want to create games, you have 2 options. 2 best options. Of course, Genially is like a playground, so you can experiment with other options. But at the beginning, for beginners, it's good to go here to Gamification, to a gamification place where you have templates for gamification. They are ready to use, beautifully designed, so you can just choose one and do some changes in it. And let's look at it. We have quizzes and we have games. And the third part is escape games. These templates are ready to use, but if you want to start your own game, you can.
Excuse me, Agnes. Are you sharing screen or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We do
Can't
not
you see my screen?
It is fine with me, Pak Anang.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. Okay, great. So if you want to use a ready template, then you can find templates here in Gamification, or you can click blank creation, click, and start something that it's not to find in ready templates. But let's look at things here in Gamification. As I told you, the most important functionalities for games are interactivity and draggable elements, things that you can drag. And these interactivities you can find in quizzes. And how does it work? Here we have quizzes in Genially, a lot of beautiful quizzes. I'll click first one. Just click. And what is this interactivity, go to page interactivity? When I click an element, a specific element, then I go to the next slide. And here I have a question. And as you can see, I have 2 wrong answers and 1 right answer. Here you can write your question and your answers. And then if you click right answer, you go to the page with next question. But if you click wrong answer, then this interactivity moves you to another slide, to the slide with this slide with this wrong text. And you can click try again. With this feature, you can also create great escape rooms where you have to choose right answer, or click on a door, or to find element and click something interactive to go further. How to change this quiz, how to customize it? Just click this, use this template button, and then you can fill these predefined boxes with your text and your answers. And where is this interactivity? When we click anything here, for example, this this circle, you can see I call it a magical finger. Magical finger. When I click it, then I get my 4 types of interactivity. And this one is crucial. Go to page. Because when I click it, I can choose page to which I will be moved when I click this item, this object. For example, I can be moved to another question like this and save. And here, right answer moves you. Oh, why not? Right answer moves you, go to page, to next page, to next question, and wrong answer moves you to the site with error. So it's the one of basic features, basic functionalities of Genially. It's not much time that I have today, so I move to this second option, this option where you can drag elements. And after that, I will show you some examples that we have in Poland. Okay, when we create Genially and go to this gamification, I know, brick. After quizzes, we have games, and in this game, there is this draggable elements feature is used a lot. For example, I'm in games. I choose this template, parts of the house, and as you can see, I can click and drag parts of the house to the right rooms. Why can I do that? Because these parts, these elements have this feature. And how to do this? I just click use this template. We know that when we click on something, then we have this short menu. And here we have interactivity button. So we can use this go to page feature, but we also have another icon. It's drag. When we click it, then this element that we clicked can be dragged by our audience. When we are not in editor, at the moment we are in editor. So we can drag everything. But when we finish our work and share it with our audience, they can drag chosen by us elements. So all these elements have this hand activated, so they then can be dragged. You can, if you want, you can, you don't have to click on each item separately to put this hand. You can have them, you can do everything at once. So I can click all them at once and then click hand, and everything will be draggable. And I can, here I can see the answer, because the answer is given. When I finish the game, I can see the solution. So it's great. And you can very easily create games like that when you put graphics, you put images, and then choose what should be dragged by your audience, by your players, and which items not. You can put a lock, and this item cannot be dragged even in editor. Now I show you an example of this. I created for my students a game, Build Your Castle. It was really, so it was fun, and kids love to build their own castles. They can drag bricks in different colors and build a castle. You can also check this game because you have access to it. What's important? They can do it at home. They can choose. They can have door and roof and windows. They can do it at home. We used it a lot during our online lessons, but also they can work with on interactive monitors, tablets, and computers in classroom. After creating a castle, they can take a screenshot, and what's nice, they can work together. For example, I love to see how my students collaborate. For example, 2 or 3 or 4 students, yes, they can be used in Android. So yeah, I saw the question, when if we have tablets, we can use it. So it's really great. I created this game in maybe 15 minutes. So it wasn't easy, and I did it from scratch. So if you, I don't know how many time I have. I hope I have some time. I created it from scratch. So I started with a blank creation. I just chose a background. I choose now some random background, and then I created my bricks from resources. It was really easy, because as you can see, I can do a brick. I copied that, so I had two objects. One object was black, and another one in a brick color. So let's see. I don't. Okay, maybe this one. And then, because I wanted to have outline of my brick, and then I just grouped this element together, group, and now these two objects are one. After that, I just copied it a lot of times, and when I had a lot of bricks, I just copy it and then put a hands to them. So that's it. After that, my students can build what they want, and you can use it, you know, for Mother's Day. You can put flowers so students can make bouquets for mothers. You can do anything you want, and you can tell really great stories with it. You have it as a gift from me. When you click reuse in this presentation, then you will go to your editor, and this work is fully editable for you. You can do what you want. You can change colors of elements. You can add your own elements, or you can use it with your students. Short examples. This one was I used Escape Script R&D. So if you want to know more, just write. And if I click these bricks, this extra functionality to Genially, I can get random pictures. And it's tell your story game. Students get some pictures, and now they have to tell a story using these all three pictures. So it's great for online lessons. It's great for offline lessons in your classroom. And you can design cubes. You have maybe some ideas for cubes, so you can create it, or you can write to me. I can help you create them if you want. Another example of a big project is a Fair Train game. It was a game created in a collaboration. 12 schools collaborated on it. I was a coordinator of it. And it's a game like Escape Room. When you click on this backpack, you have a map. You have an information about the game. And here, it's just like an escape room. You have a lock. To open this lock, you have to solve 12 riddles. You have to go to 12 stations in different parts of the world and learn about modern day problems. So you have to help to solve modern day problems. At the moment, about clothes, about fair trade, about using people to produce not expensive, cheap clothes. So as you can see, it's really nice, and it works as interactive. So we used a lot of this interactivity, go to page features, and we also used draggable elements. You can try to play this game. And the last project I like to share with you, it's Eco Experimentarium. It's a game about ecology, and it's the biggest project I know, the biggest and the most complex project created in Genially. And it was created with no help of programmers. Teachers made it, really, and a professional graphic designer. And you can play it here. Maybe it can be problematic because it's in Polish, but I'll show you some tip. Play. We can choose a room in which we play. It's really beautiful. I will play in a big room, day room. We can hear what they say, but we can also copy that.
Zatroszczmy się razem o zasoby naturalne. W tym salonie czekają na ciebie 4 ekozagadki. Po rozwiązaniu każdej z nich zdobędziesz atrybuty strażnika zasobów naturalnych. Wpisuj ich nazwy na tablicy wyników. Zaczynamy.
So you can translate it into English and see how this game works. And here you
Zagramy?
can have,
Znaki podpowiadają, gdzie są
you
gry.
have interactive elements, and by clicking these elements, you go to another game, a game just about this problem, for example, about electricity. So it's an interactive element that lets you go further. And as you can see, everything is prepared in Genially. When I click here, so you can see it's not, images are not from Genially, but are designed by a professional graphic. If you have talented students, or you can draw, or you can design on a tablet or iPad, then you can also create your own images. And then
Wampiry energetyczne.
here you can have
W domu
something about
grasują
energy
wampiry,
vampires.
które żywią się prądem, szczególnie kiedy śpisz lub wychodzisz, zostawiając włączone urządzenia elektryczne. Użyj sprytu. Znajdź i wyłącz sprzęty dostarczające energii
So now
wampirom.
here you have to find energy vampires. I click start and I go to next page. And as you can see,
Wysysamy prąd i ukrywamy się. Nigdy nas nie
you can
znajdziesz.
translate everything into English and see what we done here. And what's the game?
Co trzeba wyłączyć? Kliknij.
What should I turn off? I have to click on it. So I have to check which device is on, and then I can see a vampire. When I move my mouse pointer, I can see a vampire. When I click it,
Tak, ładowarka pobiera
click
odrobinę energii
energy
elektrycznej,
vampire.
nawet gdy nie ma w niej akumulatorków.
and now you have
Wyłącz kolejny sprzęt.
an explanation why you should turn it off. Yes, and now we have to find another device which is on. So as you can see, this device is on.
Masz rację. Router pobiera sporo prądu. Lepiej wyłączyć go na noc. Sprawdź, jak pójdzie ci z kolejnym
Okay, but I
sprzętem.
don't want to spoil you this game. Just try to see what kind of interactions are here in this game, and wow! And that's it. That's it. Just let me go to my last slide. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Game over. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Very awesome, right? Let's see before we move to next presenter, I guess Florina had a problem with the internet access. Shall we have an answer question? There are some questions here. Oh, you may see from the chat.
I'll be glad to answer.
Okay, now let's see.
You have a link to the presentation in the chat. If you would like to click on the games and use this castle and play with it, feel free to do it.
Okay, the first question from Christiani. An applicable application to be used in class and will be loved this own. That is one. Can it be used in Android? Is the application can be used in Android?
One more time. Can it be used in
Android? The question from Francisca Ellen. Can we change the position of the right answer button to another place beside the one provided by the template? Can it be used in Android? Is it clear? Okay, we move to other question.
No. I'd like to answer it. So if I won't answer, then maybe you can later send me questions and I'll right answer. Is this can we change the position of the right answer? Of course. So we can rearrange everything So it's beautiful in Genially that it gives you a lot of freedom. We can even have 4 questions with wrong answers and 1 right. It's up to you.
Okay, I think it is very clear. We can use in Android. Okay. Who will be the next question? Will be okay. Ayu SMA PGRI 1 Kota Bogor. Is it applicable in mobile phone?
So there are some problems because it doesn't work so good on mobile phones as on computers. But if you create a game really good, it should work on a phone. So, for example, if you put a text. Put a text box in Genially, then you should leave some space after text, and then it will display correctly on a mobile phone. So it's possible. It works better on computer. If you want to play it on mobile, so if you want to create it for mobile, then you have to learn some rules.
Different device, different rules. Okay, thank you, Ayu. And then, okay, from Natamia, Mia SMP High Scope, Jakarta. Is there any demonstration video which shows how we do it step by step and rewatch it many times?
There are a lot of tutorials in English. In Polish, we have really a lot. I can recommend you a lot of resources, but in Polish. But if you watch closely, then you can learn a lot from them. So, for example, I had some. I can call it fans from other countries that don't speak Polish, but they were watching my tutorials and they learned by watching it step by step. So there's a lot of it, but I think you guys have links to a lot of tutorials. We can share. We can also share.
All right. Thank you very much, Agnes. It is difficult for me to pronounce your name. Agnesa.
It can be Agnes or
Agnes.
Aga.
Okay, Agnes. Can you pronounce my name easily?
Anang.
Anang. Okay. All right, Agnesa, thank you very much. We move on to the next presenter. Actually, there are so many questions for you. It shows that teachers are very interested in this application.
And it was just a tip of the iceberg. Really, we have a lot of things. We have a lot of things. So I hope that our communities will collaborate and we will learn from each other.
Like you said, 20 minutes won't be enough. Okay,
Exactly.
Pak Dadan, we move to the next presenter. Ibu Cicin.
Yes, Pak Anang.
Okay, Ibu Cicin, please, time is yours. You could show more demonstration here.
Inshallah. A minute. I'm trying to share screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, Cicin, we can see.
Yes.
Can you put the microphone closer because we cannot hear your voice clearly? Thank you.
Okay. Just a minute. Just a minute. I'm going to stop share first. Something. Okay. Good afternoon, Ibu Bapak. It's thank you for spending your time and for your willingness to join us, our session in this weekend. Hopefully it's going to be a quality weekend. And it's a great honor for me to be a part of this event. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Cicin Kuraesin. I'm an English teacher from 27 Senior High School. And currently I teach English for the 10th and the 12th grader. So today I would like to show you a bit about what I have done with Genially.
Kasusnya terlampau produktif hingga akhirnya nggak mikirin kesehatan dirinya ya. Mungkin bisa juga ngaruh ke psikis juga karena.
Maybe can somebody help me? Okay, thank you. Okay, Kelas Berbagi Gamification. I would like to start my presentation by a quotation from John Dewey. He is a great educator and he said, "If we teach today's students as we taught yesterday, we rob them of tomorrow." So it means that what our teacher taught us years ago, it might be effective for our students today, and it might be less useful as what we get earlier. So just like what Ali bin Abi Thalib said, ajarilah anakmu sesuai zamannya. Next. What are the trends today? Today's trend is not about sitting behind desks. Students, they don't come to school for upper grade, maybe for the kindergarten or elementary student. They still have the fun to come to school to study, to get new knowledge. But the question would be, is the student for high school get the same feeling? So they have a different kind of direction now. I mean, we see what happened to them during the PJJ. They study for some minutes and rest of the time they just playing games. So today's trend is about game. So that's why I bring up the topic about gamification today, because today is the era of games. So teachers should, adapt, do an adaptation to the trend of today. And what is another trend of today? Today's trend is about Korea. Do you agree? It's about the Korean wave. So before I go on to my presentation, I would like you to do something. I have a Genially presentation that I would like you to see and do some of its parts. I'm going to share the link of the presentation in the chat box. Okay. Bapak Ibu, can you see? Did you see the link to my Genially?
Yes, we can see, Bu Cicin.
Okay. Okay, Bapak Ibu, can you, if you have the time, can you do the Genially? You can open it. And I'm trying to do a screen share again on what you might be seeing on the Genially. So I give you one.
You're muted, Bu Cicin.
So sorry. So you have around 5 minutes to open it. Since you are mostly English teacher, maybe you can do it in just 1 minute. If you have finished doing it, please type finish in the chat box. Sudah selesai, Bapak Ibu? Have you finished?
Yes, some of them said that they have finished.
Okay,
So
great.
yeah, it's very nice. I have seen that the game is very popular with the teenagers, I believe, talking about Korean.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And if you click on the speaker button, you can also hear the sound of Korean song, I believe. And what do you feel after doing that Genially panel? What do you think, Ibu Bapak? Can you type on the chat box? How do you feel about you doing the panel, the Genially panel?
So many good answer, Bu Cicin. Some people said great, interesting, visual. They're interesting with visuals, and then cool. And the challenge is that not the challenge actually. They have the opportunity to create the same one, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They can make one.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Bapak Ibu. Now you see my screen now. This is my Genially that I shared to you. It's about, well, I teach the 10th grade, so it's about introduction and it's about talking about self. What's good about Genially is that, just a minute, that teacher as the one who are going to give the material, the presentation, or the LKP, Lembaga Kerja Siswa, is not only the user of the application, but is also as the creator and as the modifier or as the editor of the game itself. So why is gamification? We need to change our presentation into gamification. Gamification is used not only in education, mostly now is used in to develop budaya kerja, work behavior, because by gamification we are not aftering the score. So this is the difference between gamification and game-based learning. When I was using Genially first, my question was, does Genially have a feature like we have in quizzes? So the teacher doesn't have to grade. The score will eventually come when the student are doing the task. In Genially, we don't have that. In Genially, we have gamification. But after I after I involved with Genially more and more, I love gamification more than achieving score itself, because by gamification we can the target was about task completion. So it also what we call it as effort recognition, because by the end of the day you are not pursuing score, and it is useless. But it's not useless actually, but I mean today's students are aftering for level, for points to get reward. That's why they are very interested in PUBG, for example, because they are altering skin or something like that. So how can we teacher, how us as teacher can make the our presentation and our LKP is as interesting as game itself. So I'm going to show you how simple it is to make the presentation just like what I did earlier. So here is something what we call as canvas. In gamification, you have, just a minute, I will show you. That in gamification, just like Agnieszka said, there are 3 types of gamification. We have quiz, game, and also escape game. What the difference is that quiz are so simple. They only, what is it? It's only just like true or false, just like the exercise that I give you in the first level. So it is true and false. You just have to click one of them. So there are a lot of quizzes that you can choose. For me, I just use the template that is provided in Genially. Maybe later on, my friend Pagema, he will show you how to make Genially from blank creation, and it will challenge your creativity. And for my slide, I use the game, and it is animal comic. So in anime comic, you are provided by several slides, several canvas that you can modify. Well, I don't have the actual slide, but I still keep the resources slide. So this is the resources slide that I use. This is the Suzy character and also the Park Seo-joon character. And this is the item that I use. And in the first one, you have to click this one, right? And it's very simple. You just have to read this information. And this is the first one. This is the quiz one. In the quiz one, I just use the true and false. So you need to choose which one is the right answer. And actually, you can modify, just like Agnes said, which one would be the correct answer, which one would be the incorrect answer. You can do it by, you have this interactivity button. And what I love, just like what Agnes said, we have go back and previous page, option that I really love the most. Because why I said I love it, because we don't have to make a lot of slide that show that you are wrong or right. You only have to make one slide for the wrong answer. If you doesn't want to have a different picture, I have 2 of them because there are 2 characters, and you can have also have only one answer for the correct. And I have 2 in this section because there are 2 characters. So what you have to do is you just have to link for every false answer, for every incorrect answer to the incorrect picture, even in different levels. So if this is the incorrect level, for example, Suzy is sick, the answer is false. For the true option, for the incorrect option, I link it to this one, the incorrect Suzy. And for the correct option, I just directed the page to the next page because you get it correctly. I did the same for other question, even for this one. So for true and false, I don't have to do a lot of redirection. And in this multiple choice question, I made several times. One is for the incorrect, so I redirected it to the incorrect slide. To this one, to incorrect soju. And for the correct one, I redirected it to next slide because it's correct. So I do the same for level 1 and level 2. The difference in this slide, you have to drag the moon, and it's very interesting to do this activity because you have to set the transparent of the moon. For me, it's the moon. And you have to put it in the, the most, posisi terakhir, the last position of the element in this slide. And you also have to do the blocking of the slide so it doesn't move. The option doesn't move everywhere, and it's very important to make the letter, or if you have picture as the answer, you have to make the letter or the answer color as the same of the background, so it cannot be seen without the draggable element. So that is the behind the scene of my presentation. And Bapak Ibu, you can also make that one. I can make it, more complicated in this presentation by making it as an escape game by putting some code in each level. And at the end of the slide, the students are required to put the code so they can escape from the room, something like that. Well, let me close it. So this is what I said earlier, why gamification, because it is using the game design element in game principle in non-game context. And the last one, just like what I said earlier, Ali bin Abi Thalib said, didiklah anakmu sesuai zamannya karena mereka hidup bukan di zamanmu. Thank you, Bapak Ibu. That's all my presentation today. Later on, Pak Gema will show you more on the Genially that he had made and shared to his student. And hopefully you'll get more ideas about how to make Genially in the future. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Ms. Cicin. Ladies and gentlemen, teachers, Ibu dan Bapak, we learned a lot today, right? As Ms. Cicin said in the end, that we are living in different episode with the previous one. We don't have to teach as the way our teacher teach us. We have to teach differently. Our students' future. Well, there are so many questions here, but somehow there is one other presenter. We would like to invite Pak Gema. Hello, Pak Gema.
Yes. Hello.
Okay.
How are you?
Now it's your turn.
It's been an honor for me to have in this very beautiful moment with you. Okay, but first of all, I would like to say hi to everybody. Hello, hi. Are you doing good?
Hi.
Okay, it's great, yeah. Okay, hello. Okay, guys, dear teachers and lecturers, or everybody in here joining with us, thank you very much for your coming. Okay, so in this presentation, my presentation, basically, I'm not going to show you how to make or giving you a tutorial how to make it genially, but I'm going to focus on how genially used or how genially apply in our daily teaching and learning. All right, so let me share my screen first. So have the share screen appear on your computer?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So what is your share screen? Is it let's have some fun?
Yes, let's have some fun, Missy.
Okay, this is my Genially. What do you think about this one?
It's you.
Yes, okay. So as I told you, I'm not. What is it? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, I'm not going to give you a tutorial how to make a Genially, but I'm going to show you how to use Genially in our daily teaching learning. Yeah, so it means that I will show you some product, okay, some result, the end of the result, how we make Genially. So, but before that one, let me introduce myself. Okay, as you can see on the screen, on my screen here, for this one, my name is Gema A Setiawan, and you can call me Gema. And currently, I'm an English teacher at SM Alpha Centauri in Bandung. Perhaps anyone here from Bandung probably knew my school. It's at Jalan Diponegoro number 48. It nears Gasibu. Okay. And the last information I would like to share with you, I am a Genially Ambassador also. It's the same with Agnes and also Bu Cicin. Okay, guys, that's a short introduction for me about myself. So are you ready for some fun?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Thank you. Amazing. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. Look at the one. Next. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. Sorry. All right. This one. So guys, as I told you that I'm going to share with you how is it used, right? It means that how we use Genially. And in this presentation, I will show you three things, three that three things that I have already done with my teaching learning. And the first one, oh, of course, yeah, because basically Genially is for presentation. So I will show you an example of my presentation to the students. Second one is about reading activity. I always make a reading activity for students, and let's take a look later. And the third one is about the example, how we use Genially in one meeting. Is it important for us? Yeah, how to know it, how to apply it. Okay, with no further ado, let's see the first one, the presentation. Okay, teachers and ladies and gentlemen here, I've got 5 examples of my presentation during my class presentation. Especially something that you have to know that Genially can use in both synchronous and asynchronous. Asynchronous, how could it be, sir? Okay, later, let's find out, yeah? But this is my presentation that I share with my students during half semester. Okay, sorry, the first one. This is my material about caption. So look at this one, dear ladies and gentlemen. Something that made me fall in love with Genially is we can share our material to students without having a lot of slides here, just like the other application. So I just need one slide just like this one, but I put all the material in here. So for example, what caption is, right? Where can we find it? And the function of caption. And the last one is, oh, sorry, not up here. So for information, we can put in one slide only. It's a simplicity, yeah, simplicity and beautiful. For example, we just click here, the button, so we can see the information just like this one. What caption is? Caption is a title. So I think it's a simplicity, yeah, when we just click and the information appear and we show to the students. And it, what is it? Save our time, save our energy when we do presentation, just only by clicking, and we can share our information to students, right? Just like this one. So is it, what is it? For me, this one is very beautiful. What I mean beautiful means that, yeah, it's a great thing to do by having a picture just like this one, not, what is it, too much, what is it, written text, yeah. But by using Genially, we can simplicity our presentation. Okay, that's about caption. Okay, number two, this is the presentation, my presentation about song, right? So I use different, what is it, template. I use this one. So I use also, what is it, Bu Cicin use, yeah. What is it, the interactive element. I use link and everything. So this is the result. Click start and you find everything in here. The information, what is the goal. So you can go back here to the first slide, the social function. So yeah, this is the basically, what is it, Genially presentation for the students. And I found that students really, what is it, eager to follow my, what is it, my class since I use Genially. They found that this is interactive and not a boring lesson, they said, and it's make me flatter. So for you later, please try Genially. For example, this one is part of speech. In this presentation, I embed the, what is it, the song to make it more epic on my presentation. We talked about 9 realm of Norse. Do you know the character? Is it? Who is it, the character? Does anyone know?
Thor?
Thor. Very good. So I use a Nordic song to show that this is Thor. Now, what do you feel when I play the sound and I do my presentation? Okay, guys, we are going to learn about 9 realms of Nordic. Okay, this is realm of Odin, the god of the Nordic. Okay, there are 9 realms, including the Asgard, right? The first, the second, and up to the 8th. The first, it's called the verb. So we are going to talk about, does anyone know what we are going to talk about here? Does anyone any clue? What material that I'm going to teach you?
Parts of speech.
Part of speech, very good. So we are going to meet the Odin realms. The first realms is the verb. The verb is a function as, yeah, see, that one's got. Now, when we do the presentation, just like this one, if you are the students, what do you feel about the presentation? Come on, you can open your mic.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Amazed.
Interesting.
Very, very nice. Are you feel bored with this
Feels
one?
like having a journey
Yeah.
to understand the part of speech.
Very good. Very
Challenge
good.
your journey.
Presented with a map.
Yes. Amazing. So guys, for me personally, Genially provide me to, what is it? Give me a chance to broaden my wildest imagination when I made a presentation, right? This is number 4. Let's see number 4. It's about a review text. It's just the same thing. I put the video, the audio. This about the Egyptian. So what is the material? Okay, guys, we are going to talk about review text. Does anyone know what review text? Okay, let's find out. Yeah, I've got a map here. Okay, the map will show you what the review text is. The first one, the definition. Let's find out the definition. Guys, from the Egyptian, you can see the definition. The review text, blah, 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 just like that one. Now, guys, do you feel the same feeling as the previous presentation when I used the music and the content of the Egyptian? Is it interesting, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that one. And the last one, the last example of my presentation to the students, is about a riddle. And on the riddle presentation, I use another theme. We talk about the great warrior from the South America. Does anyone know? This is a Mayan tribe, and we talk about riddle. It's just the same thing, but I didn't use any sound in here. But I just put a map. I always put a map to make the students feel that they're in a journey of something. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is some example of the result of my work on Genially, especially on presentation. Okay, let's go back to the main menu. And the second one is about reading activity, ladies and gentlemen. In my teaching learning, I'm an English teacher, not only giving the students the material about English, but I always give them reading activity. Okay, I assume that I'm doing reading activity in order to increase a student's vocabulary, right? The easiest things to do is giving them a reading activity, right? So this is, but what is it? The challenge is most of the students feel reluctant to read. Is it true? Is this the same thing that your school and my school has the same problem with the students' literacy? Yeah, that one.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, in my wildest, imagination, how to engage students to read by giving them this kind of activity. Okay, let's see the example. This is the first one about the story. I put this story using a map also because I love adventure. And I put this kind of things, a map with North America. And in here, I put some elements, interactive elements in each country. And each country has their own specific, short story, just like this one. In North America, talking about dark brown dog. Let's see. I give them a story. So they read. This is for the elementary class, ladies and gentlemen. And I found this one, when I give this to the students, they feel, they eager to read is increasing. And thanks God, it works for me. Might be you can use this way how to engage students in reading activity. Okay, the second one is about the Egyptian also. And I put also the sound, Amun-Ra, Amun-Da, effect about ancient Egyptian, right? I also, it's the same thing because I love adventure, so I use map a lot, just like this one. It's talking about, a fact about Egyptian, an ancient Egyptian, just like this one. Secret number 2, the afterlife was incredibly blah, 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 blah. And it's fascinating for the students, in my opinion, because I asked a student feedback, about my work, about the reading activity. And they found fascinating about reading activity. They always read whole reading material. Okay, the third one, the Great Sea Warriors of Norse. It's just the same thing with the previous, but I use different template, different theme. This is about the Norse, just like the same thing, right? The origin word berserk, for example, and I use picture a lot to engage the students, curiosity when they read. Okay, just like this one, or might be perhaps, Fahrer Greyback, the werewolf from Harry Potter books, was named after Ferocious giant wolf from ancient mythology of Viking. So yeah, this kind of activity engages students to have their reading activity a lot. And this one, I put another reading activity, but in different theme. And also I put a short movie in here, okay, that students can play. And the reading activity is just the same thing. I put the music, but this one is about Rome, ancient Rome. See, I use a lot of picture with a short text to increase a students' motivation on reading activities like this one. I use everything here in Genially to make the reading activity. And the last one is the Land of Warrior. Okay, I put another sound also, and the literacy is talking about the Mayan tribes, just like this one. This fact about Mayan tribes, the Indian, about the chocolate, about a big fan of sport, what kind of sport that they play a lot, and the origin, that one. So yeah, guys, I do my reading activity for the students, and I found effectively to increase students motivation on reading. I think in my opinion, I suggest you to make those kind of activity in Genially. It's great, really. And the last one might be on your thought, how we apply Genially, Gema, in our teaching learning. So if I'm not mistaken, Ms. Cicin giving you an example when the synchronous teaching, yeah. And in this point, I would like to show you how Genially used in asynchronous, or in Indonesia we call it penugasan, yeah. You can share the link to the students, and student will have this kind of link, just like Bu Cicin said, give to you link, open up on your phone, on your computer, and they click, and they learn something. Okay, this is how I use in teaching, especially on asynchronous. Look at this one. This is the first one, the prologue. And something that you have to note, I put a theme, okay, in each session of my teaching learning. In this teaching learning, I put the Nordic, the Viking theme. So you will find a lot of Viking theme. And I start with the prologue of the teaching learning, just like this one. See. Okay. So I made this teaching learning having a team with time travel. So there are 3 persons having a time travel to another to the past and find a lot of things, a lot of adventure. And at this point, they go to 130, if I'm 130 before AD. They go to the Nordic, to the Viking, and this is the key point of my teaching learning, my lesson, the target. My name is Odin. I still give you my side about Ragnarok. So the target, the end of the lesson, the students will face Ragnarok. All right. What is Ragnarok? Later on, you will find it. Click my right eyes, so you will find a map. Learn it, then you shall pass from the Ragnarok. This is the right. This is the clue. They have to learn about 9 realms of Nordic, yeah. So this is the target. This is their mission. Okay, that's about the prologue, about my lesson. And the second one, after that one, I'm going to the leading activity, or we call in Indonesia as apersepsia. Okay, this is my apersepsi. I put 3 activities in here. The first one is watch. Okay, in the prologue, I talk about the Ragnarok. Yeah, So the students, because this one is upper section, they have to know what Ragnarok is. To give students what Ragnarok is, I put a listening activity about Ragnarok, which is I give them a short movie about Ragnarok. What Ragnarok? Oh, Ragnarok is a doomsday. So they will face a doomsday at the end of the lesson.
Pak Gema, it is important for me to remind you about the time.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, I will make it quick. After that one, I give them also the, reading activity. And okay, this is the reading activity, just the same thing, but in the big one. And after that one, the main event, the material, as you find out before, they have to learn about 9 realm of the Norse to face the Ragnarok. And they have to learn everything about the, Still remember? The part of speech. So after they learn about part of speech, and here they do reading in here, learn about the material, and after that one, they go to the next slide, and there is a notification also. The Asgardian says, be ready for the Ragnarok. So at the end of the lesson, they will find themselves facing the Ragnarok. What is the Ragnarok? The Ragnarok means the quiz. So I put the quiz in quizzes, so they have to learn about that one and do the quizzes to check their understanding about the lesson. So that's, I think, all my presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the way how myself using Genially in my teaching learning as an English teacher.
Okay.
Very much. Have a good day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you very much, Pak Gema. It seems that you are not only a great teacher, but you are a great gamer. You bring us to
thank
the
you
world
very
of
much.
game. Thank you. Right, ladies and gentlemen, teachers, Ibu dan Bapak, we are coming to the QA session. Let's see the question. Well, so many questions. Probably it is better for me to choose randomly. So sorry for those whose question could not be answered now. So we begin from, okay. Pak Dadan, could you handle as the voice here is a bit noisy?
I have the same time zone with you, Pak Anang. This is calling the prayer time. So we can stop maybe for maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay, mine is already finished. So Pak Anang, I will take over from here. Hello, Agnes. Can you hear me? Agnes. Hello, hello.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, we have plenty of questions. So my plan is that I'm going to put all of the question in Google Doc and share with you. Hopefully you are willing to answer the question later, and then we are going to share in the participant WhatsApp group, because we are going to stay for another 4 days or maybe longer. If some participants said, oh, why don't we just learn together to create like an excellent presentation or gamification later. Is it okay, Agnes?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I'd be glad to answer.
Okay, so I'm going to send the question to your email, and you can record your voice or you can type the answer, up to you. So feel free. And then I have some question here. Let me pick one while waiting for Pak Anang to come back, yeah. And luckily you already answered some, yeah? So you directly answer. Yeah, the question is like about the scoring system. So do you want to give additional answer to that? Miss Cicin already answered, but do you want to give additional answer to that? The scoring system in generally.
The question for me or?
Yeah, for Cicin, but you can give additional answer if
Okay.
you want to. Yeah. Okay, so this is the other question. From Pak Sony, SMK Yahya Bandung. After creating the question, how is the teacher can see on the dashboard itself? Or giving compliments to the student as well?
Dadan?
Yeah.
Can I answer the question about the scoring first?
Yes, of course.
But something wrong with my screen, but maybe Pak Gema can show you. Sure, we cannot score student, but we can see how many students who have already view our Genially, just like in YouTube. And if the target is not about score, but if it is about task completion or effort recognition, so you can see the statistic from the panel. Maybe I'm trying to give you. Agama, are you there?
Yes, Bu Cicin.
Agama, can you help me to show the statistic? Just like what you saw.
Okay, let me share my screen. Excuse me. Let's find out. Okay, teacher and everybody in here, if you go to the panel of the Genially, for example, you made a presentation, you can go to this point, these three dots at the left, and when you click it, and you will find a statistic. Okay, and you click it and you will find how many students that had already, just like this one. Since I haven't shared my presentation, so there is no any data in here, but later on, if you share your presentation to students, especially in asynchronous session, you will find how many students access your Genially presentation. That one, I think, Bu Cicin.
Yes, and also from the statistic, we can see which item that the student clicked the most and which item the student clicked the least from each canvas, from each slide. So it would be more detailed than just in YouTube. We can skip the video, but in Genially, as teacher, we can see which slide works best for student. I think that's the answer from me.
Yes, so there is no individual report on this, right, Cicin? It's only like the generic report on the showing the statistic on how many participants access the, let's say, the slide.
Yeah, no individual report.
No individual report. Yeah, thank you. Agnes, I'm coming back to you. So with the question from Pak Sony, after creating the question, how is the teacher can see on the dashboard? I think already answered by Bu Cicin, but is there any possibility of giving compliments to student as well?
But what do you mean? What does she mean with it?
Okay, Pak Sony, would you please clarify? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, Pak Sony. Are you still here?
Oh yes. No, I mean after let's say after the students answer the test, and then how we as a teacher like giving some compliment in the dashboard, like well done or great or any test that we have to deliver to them as well, so they can notice that they have been answered by the teacher.
So for example, you can put a button and put their interactivity when they click on the button at the end. So after you completed the task, you can click on that and you go to another slide, and there you have your compliment for student, but you can prepare it earlier. There's a lot of possibilities because you can integrate another apps. There's a lot of apps in which you can give feedback, or you can evaluate student answers. So it's really hard to give you advice if I don't know the context. So it's great to know the context, know the task, and what kind of compliment you would like to give. Should it be automatic, or would you give customized compliment or customized feedback for your student? And then you can put it into Genially. You can use interactivity, or you can use some another app and embed it into Genially.
Okay, thank you, Anishka.
Pak Dadan?
you. Yes.
Excuse me,
Pak
can
Gema.
I add some opinion about what Agnes said about using another application embed on the Genially?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Sure.
this is my presentation as you see before. On here, I use in another student's activity using word wall. Does anyone know word wall? And then we'll have submit the answer, and the answer will be wrapped on the word wall. Yeah. So we use the third-party application when we have to find the scoring system and everything. So I think that's my additional information. That one, Pak Dadan, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Pak Gema. So scoring system is still possible when we add another application to Genially, quizzes, and then Woodwall and other summative assessment application. And then the feedback can be given on the pre-made slide, yeah, Agnes. So we can create like, well done, thank you, something like that,
Yes,
right?
of course, you can use also learning apps. If you know this tool, it's completely free, and there's a lot of tools like that. But if I can add something, you can also use Scape extensions. For example, some Scape scripts, but it's for advanced users. It's something that it's not built in Genially, but they are external scripts. You can find it on the website. I provided a link in my presentation, and they have a lot of scripts where students can get points, and points will be automatically counted. So they can get automatic feedback, and you don't need external apps, embedded codes. You can put it right into Genially, but it's more advanced.
Yep, we are going to doing it slowly, Agnes. Okay,
but
so
there's possibility.
yes, of course, there will be a possibility. I think that one is relating to the question from Ibu Dia from Solo. Do Genially have community for Indonesian teachers? Yes, we have 2 WhatsApp group, and we just created yesterday, Ibu Dia. So that's the community that we built in Indonesia, because I guess Kelas Kreatif Indonesia is the first partner for Genially in Indonesia. So we are going to build the community. You can stay in the WhatsApp group, and then we will learn together with Ibu Cicin and Pak Gema as the Indonesian ambassador, because we cannot learn in only 2 hours, Agnes. I guarantee that we need more time to really exploring all the features. Pak Anang already saved?
More than a week, I guess.
More than a week. Okay, Pak Anang, can you take over from here?
Right, thank you.
Okay.
Everyone, Ibu dan Bapak, we are so sorry. My office right behind the mosque, so the voice coming to my device. Well, it is 3 p.m. right now. Well, Pak Dadan, is there any other information you need to share?
I think nothing much, because we are going to have further discussion in the WhatsApp group, and then I'm afraid that at the beginning of the introduction, I have mentioned that I'm not going to share the recording, but looking at the situation and how complexity the Genially and then the samples,
right.
I guess it's better if we can like rewatch again, or maybe I can ask Agnes later to get the link to the tutorials, yeah, Agnes, yeah, the simple tutorials like how to start Genially for I know there is the book called Dummies.
Yes, of course.
So we can learn really from the beginning. Yeah.
Right.
I think not much on my side, Pak Anang.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Pak Dadan. Thank you, Agnes. Thank you, Bu Cicin. Thank you, Gema also, and all teachers here from many places here, I guess. It's more than 200 it was, but now it is still 157 participants. Well, thank you very much. All
Picture dulu,
participants here, we should keep learning then. Yes, Bu Cicin?
Bu Tina said we should take picture first.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, Bu Cicin will take picture of us.
Yeah, I will help to take pictures. So ladies and gentlemen, please open your cam and then give me your big smile. I have seven pages, Pak Dadan, so it is better for you to take the 4 until 7, and then I take the 1 until 4. Okay, everybody. The first page, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Wait. Second page. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Wait, somebody's trying to get to the Zoom. Third page. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. And then fourth page. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Pak Dadan, have you got the 5 until 7? No? Okay, I'll continue then. Page.
All set. All set.
All set. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Bu Cicin. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Well,
Please say
hello
something.
everyone. This will be our last session, but we are going to meet in other session held by Kelas Kreatif, belongs to Pak Dadan.
Agnes want to say something, Pak Anang?
Just one
Agnes.
thing, I would like to send you big hugs and greetings from Florina. Unfortunately, her internet connection was really bad, so it was a big technical problem. So sorry for that she wasn't here, but she was here with us mentally, and she supported us. Thanks a lot from Florina and from me. Thanks a lot to you for organizing this event, and everybody here for learning from us and from sharing inspiration.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. See you. Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Agnes, for coming. Thank you very much. We learned a lot
Thank
from
you.
you. Pak Gema, thank you. Bu Cicin, thank you. Thank you,
Thank
thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. See you in the
Yeah.
WhatsApp group, Bapak Ibu. Yeah.
Okay, Pak Dadan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gema.
We will learn a lot in the WhatsApp group as well. Yeah. Thank you. So Agnes, I have got your email already, right? You sent me the email earlier.
Yes. So I'm waiting for
Okay.
questions.
Okay. So I will
Thanks.
send you the question. I
Bye.
think we have lots of questions. Bye-bye, Agnes. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oke, Pak Gema, thank you. Ada yang
Thank you
request
very
Pak
much.
Gema ini
Recording stopped.
Ya, gimana, Pak Dadan?
sample of your Genially katanya.
Oh, boleh. Paling nanti saya share link ya, Bu ya. Seperti Bu Cicin tadi bisa dibuka. Nanti di bawahnya ada pilihan reusable. Jadi klik reusable-nya, nanti Ibu bisa buka presentasi saya itu dibuatnya gimana. So you can reuse that one. So, jadi bisa diulik-ulik lagi. Ini gimana caranya awalnya. Ya, that one ya.
Yep. Oke. Bapak Ibu, seperti yang saya sampaikan di introduction tadi pagi, kalau Genially menyiapkan plan EduPro untuk peserta yang terpilih. Jadi siapkan energinya nanti malam untuk membuat satu materi ajar terbaik yang menggunakan bahasa Inggris ya, Ibu Irma, Bu Riani, Pak Bus, silakan dibuat karena nanti akan dipilih satu oleh tim kelas kreatif dan dari Genially juga. Kemudian nanti email terdaftar akan menjadi EduPro sehingga bisa mengakses fitur-fitur yang mungkin di-lock di di plan gratis. Tapi
Materinya
kalaupun
apa, Pak?
materinya bebas Ibu, apa saja Bu Irma?
Bebas.
Iya, bebas apa saja.
Oke.
Yang penting menggunakan Genially. Boleh interactive presentation, boleh interactive image, boleh gamification, boleh apa saja. Gitu. Hadiahnya juga banyak kok, tenang aja. Jadi nanti kalau kurang saya request lagi dah ke mereka, insya Allah ya, mudah-mudahan bisa dapat lagi. Sebenarnya menawarkan ini, Florina menawarkan paket gini, mau nggak paket upgrade tapi bayar? Saya bilang nggak, saya mau yang gratis aja. Pokoknya kita dapat yang gratis sampai paket yang bagusnya gitu. Cuman akhirnya
How
dibatasi.
much time do we have, Pak Dadan?
Kenapa, Pak Bus?
How much time do we have to
Rabu
create one
sampai
project?
Sampai Rabu.
Oh, Rabu ya.
Ya, sampai Rabu. Kemudian kita kan akan berada di WA group. Jadi kalau misalnya Bapak Ibu mau migrasi misalnya pada dan yuk kita migrasi ke Facebook, aduh angkatan 90 nih. Kalau kita misalnya migrasi ke Facebook, ayo. Tapi kalau misalnya mau di WA group juga boleh. Jadi nanti saya request ke Florinanya untuk memberikan hadiah bulanan. Jadi hadiah bulanan berupa plan juga gitu. Karena biasanya di komunitas ya Bu Cicin ya, di komunitas mereka misalnya di Spanyol atau di Polandia itu ada gitu. Jadi kuis bulanan, nanti dipilih siapa peserta terbaik dan mendapatkan upgraded plan. Jadi mudah-mudahan kita panjang dengan mereka, artinya kita dapatkan sebanyak mungkin yang bisa kita dapatkan. Kemudian kemudian Bapak Ibu juga bisa menggunakan untuk kelasnya, karena saya pikir ini aplikasi yang sangat bagus ya. Kalau tadi saya sampaikan kan ini mirip dengan Tingling gitu. Jadi Tingling itu berbayar, ini gratis. Jadi kenapa kita nggak pakai yang ini aja yang gratis gitu. Jadi antara Google Slide, Canva, dan Tingling, 3 itu digabung menjadi Genially. Pak Gema, Bu Cicin, Pak Anang ada yang ingin ditambahkan?
Sepertinya sudah.
Pak Dadan?
Iya.
Barangkali
Izin
untuk
bertanya,
tadi
Pak.
Oh ya, sebentar Bu. Saya sudah coba share satu link Genially presentation yang tadi prolog ya. Silahkan dibuka. Itu reusable. Nanti coba Ibu dibuka reusable. Nanti untuk materi-materi yang lain barangkali yang tadi di ini ya, salah satu contoh bagaimana mengaplikasikan di pembelajaran, step-stepnya mungkin nanti saya share ke Ibu Bapak juga yang reusable.
Siap. Nuhun Pak Gema.
Baik, sami-sami Pak Dadan.
Maaf ya, dari Inggris ke Indonesia terus ke Sunda ini sekarang 3 bahasa kita.
Wah, saya lagi buka punya Pak Gema nih, seru-seru nih.
Bu Cicin ada tambahan?
Enggak sih, cuma paling kalau kita bikin tampilan untuk ditampilkan di HP harus mempertimbangkan juga kalau itu tooltip atau window. Karena kadang biasa karena di HP itu jadi kecil, jadi ada beberapa yang terpotong. Jadi penting sekali untuk mereview sebelum kita nge-share ke anak materi yang kita bikin gitu. Karena apalagi kalau dibukanya di HP ya gitu, jadi beda tampilannya. Beda sedikit lah.
Terima kasih Bu Cicin, tapi tetap sama interaktif ya. Mereka bisa klik kemudian membuka seperti yang tadi Korea itu.
Sama banget.
Aja.
Jadi, dan terus tadi juga ada yang bilang siswa perlu sign up nggak sih? Sebetulnya mereka karena ini link tinggal klik aja gitu.
Oke. Siap deh Bapak Ibu, saya recap lagi ya. Berarti kita akan berada di grup untuk terus belajar. Kalau misalnya saya mah udah cukup mau live group boleh, tapi kita rencana sih kita lanjut agak panjang ya. 4 hari itu hanya untuk target door prize gitu. Door prize-nya ada banyak kok, dari Genially juga ada, dari kelas kreatif juga ada. Nanti silahkan dikerjakan media ajarnya. Kemudian aduh saya tidak menang. Ya udah, itu kan materinya bisa dipakai untuk ngajar gitu. Jadi tidak ada yang sia-sia kan. Kemudian nanti saya siapkan Padlet-nya, Bapak Ibu upload ke Padlet link-nya supaya rekan-rekan lain juga sama bisa melihat media ajar atau materi ajar yang Ibu Bapak siapkan. Kemudian itu yang pertama. Yang kedua, kita coba buat komunitas Genially Indonesia dengan kita kontak langsung ke Genially-nya langsung gitu ya. Dan ada Bu Cicin dan Pak Gema sebagai ambassador. Jadi kalau ada pertanyaan, saya tidak simpan di grup, takutnya ada badai pertanyaan gitu. Jadi saya nanti pilih pertanyaannya. Kalau misalnya kita bisa jawab bersama ya kita jawab ya, saling jawab ya. Misalnya Pak Edi bisa jawab ya dijawab sama Pak Edi gitu. Kalau misalnya sukar sekali baru kita ke Bu Cicin dan Pak Gema. Kalau misalnya Bu Cicin Pak Gema dengan senang hati bergabung dengan WA grup peserta juga ayo boleh bergabung gitu kan di sana. Itu ya yang kedua. Kemudian yang ketiga kayaknya itu saja sih. Kalau sertifikat mah enggak, itu pilihan aja mau diambil silahkan, enggak juga nggak apa-apa gitu ya. Ada pertanyaan lain Bapak Ibu sebelum kita sholat asar nih?
Izin bertanya Pak.
Mangga, siapa namanya?
Saya Oktovina.
Ya,
Mau
Ibu.
bertanya tadi untuk tugas Pak yang tugas untuk door prize ceritanya, bolehkah dibuat materinya selain bahasa Inggris? Maksudnya sekarang saya kan ngajar SD, ngajarnya guru kelas Pak. Jadi bisa sekalian materinya saya gunakan untuk mengajar gitu.
Bu Okto maunya apa?
Ya,
Boleh.
maksudnya selain bahasa Inggris bolehkah seperti
Boleh
itu?
dong Ibu. Boleh sekali,
ya.
boleh.
Baik.
Makanya saya di grup juga kan tidak menggunakan bahasa Inggris.
Ya,
Cuman
baik.
Bapak Ibunya
Terima
bahasa
kasih.
Inggris terus, jadi saya kebawa bahasa Inggris. Kita bahasa Indonesia saja ya di WA grupnya, supaya rekan-rekan lain yang non bahasa Inggris juga bisa belajar kembali. Kemudian rencananya Pak Gema, Bu Cicin, kita adain webinar kedua deh gitu kan. Karena tampaknya hari ini tuh pertama ada technical problem tadi di Zoom. Benar-benar Bapak Ibu, kita alhamdulillah sejauh ini kelas kreatif belum pernah telat, baru hari ini kita telat kegiatan buka gitu ya. Nah, kemudian sesi keduanya menggunakan bahasa Indonesia gitu ya. Sesi ketiganya bahasa daerah deh. Bahasa Indonesia aja ya. Jadi lebih detail lagi. Jadi nanti kita coba bertahap mengerjakannya. Tapi Bapak Ibu tergantung kepada kesediaan Pak Gema dan Bu Cicin supaya kita coba approach mereka berdua. Karena kan siapa lagi? Ambassador-nya cuma Pak Gema, Bu Cicin kalau Indonesia itu nggak ada lagi. Jadi ya mudah-mudahan
harus lebih detail ya dari langkah-langkah awal.
Dari awal ya, dari
tadi
awal.
Udah menunjukkan gitu. Produk kita, bahkan pertanyaannya tadi seberapa lama kan gitu cara membuat ini.
Mungkin lebih ke workshop kali ya Pak?
Lebih ke workshop ya, lebih ke workshop. Jadi memang dari awal nanti Pak Gema mungkin fokus ke gamification, Bu Cicin fokus ke interactive presentation satu-satu aja. Karena sisanya Bu Cicin bisa explore sendiri ya sebenarnya ya, kalau basicnya udah tahu ya.
Betul, jadi dari template-template itu kan dia ada ke escape room misalkan ya, ke escape game seperti itu. Kita tinggal lihat interaktif elemen apa saja yang ada di sana dan kita bisa copy paste gitu, bisa tiru. Oh, nanti kalau kita ganti gambar, interaktif elemennya pakai ini gitu. Jadi sebetulnya kita bisa lihat dari template yang udah ada, interaktif elemennya seperti apa, kita pakai di slide-nya punya kita gitu. Gambarnya bisa beda, materinya beda, terus jawaban tadi banyaknya jawaban benar bisa berbeda, itu juga bisa lihat dari situ interaktif elemennya yang ada.
Siap, oke. Ada pertanyaan lain Bapak Ibu sebelum saya tutup? Atau masih betah di sini sampai maghrib?
Betah kayaknya Bu Dadan.
Iya nih
proyeknya bikinnya keroyokan Pak, hadiahnya buat bareng.
Dadan itu sertifikatnya 32 jam nggak buat peserta biar mereka masuk credit point.
Harus banyak ke produknya. Kalau kelas kreatif tuh kalau ada jam tuh harus banyak yang harus disubmitnya. Untuk dapat 40 jam itu yang media ajar visual aja 5 minggu kita. 2 bulan ya di WA grupnya gitu, jadi lama sekali. Iya, 11 tugas. Jadi ya nanti kita coba pikirkan bersama ya. Yang penting kan bukan jamnya, tapi kita benar-benar menguasainya gitu. Jadi jangan sampai sertifikat hanya sertifikat saja. Itu sih kalau saya sih biasanya gitu.
Pak Dadan, sorry yang writing itu mau buat buku tentang writing?
Sudah, tinggal di-announce siapa yang lolos aja. Tapi untuk micro writing 2 itu programnya ada 2 Bu, ada team writing dan ada solo writer. Jadi nanti silahkan gabung ya Bu ya. Kita udah beberapa kali publish Bu. Yang terakhir itu Bu Ima sudah publish, kemudian Bu Sapitri yang kemarin saya share, kemudian Bu Amalia baru rilis ISB-nya kemarin.
Dan saya mau ikutan Pak yang menulis itu Pak.
Ayo,
itu mulainya dari mana? Ya saya mau ikutan belajar gitu, menulis.
Boleh Pak, nanti diumumkan ya. Ini coach-nya ada kan ya, Pak Belvin ya saya tembak atau udah live ya? Pak Belvin kayaknya udah live.
Udah live kayaknya Pak Dadan.
Udah live iya. Oke Bapak Ibu, masih ada 74 sebelum ditutup, mangga ada pertanyaan lain? Tidak ada pertanyaan? Oke, saya coba copy paste dulu pertanyaan dari Bapak Ibu ya untuk dijawab oleh Agnes. Mudah-mudahan nanti saya share hasilnya di WA Group. Oke, terima kasih kepada Ibu dan Bapak Genially Ambassador untuk sharingnya hari ini. Alhamdulillah. Kita lihat nanti contoh-contohnya ya dari Pak Gema dan dari Bu Cicin, Bapak Ibu tetap semangat berlatih. Karena ini adalah aplikasi gratis ya Bu Cicin, Pak Gema, yang saya pikir sayang kalau kita tidak manfaatkan. Dan ini masih baru di Indonesia. Sudah sih banyak yang menggunakan, tapi masih dalam tahapan lokal gitu. Jadi belum yang secara nasional seperti Padlet yang banyak digunakan atau Google Slide. Jadi kalaupun misalnya Bapak Ibu presentasi di webinar atau workshop, kayaknya bakal mencengangkan audiens deh kalau misalnya bisa menggunakan Genially. Iya. Alhamdulillah, Kang Anang, terima kasih banyak. Bu Cicin, terima kasih banyak. Pak Gema, terima kasih banyak. Bapak Ibu yang sudah hadir, terima kasih banyak. Dari jam 1 sampai sekarang jam 3:13. Alhamdulillah, saya tutup sesi ini dengan salam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Bu Okto, Pak Edi, Pak Bus, Pak Hoji.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bu Rita, Mangga.
Terima kasih, Miss Cicin.
Bu Rahma, Mangga, Bu Ari, Pak Ari.
Thank you, Pak Dadang. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum, Pak Dadang.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum Pak Dadan.
Waalaikumsalam, Mangga.